This weapon has been requested a lot, like a lot. Almost every single video has at least one mention of the Shedu, the mighty sentient arm cannon. Now I think at least one of the reasons for this is that it's an absolute ball ache to get. Because while you do get a blueprint at the end of the Era quest, you need to farm the parts from symbolists in sentient anomalies, and they have a 1% drop chance, which is not great. Now, the Shedu is a Mastery Rank 13 fully automatic primary arm cannon that has a 25% crit chance, 2.1 times crit multiplier, and a 23% status chance, and it does 71 heat damage with a direct hit, and 87 electricity damage with a 6.6 meter explosion that has a 60% fall off. It also uses a battery style magazine that recharges very quickly, and if you deplete it all the way, which is not difficult because it only has 7 rounds in the mag, you get a nice explosion or a knockback thingamabob that knocks enemies back. So let's finally give the Shedu a shot, shall we? I don't remember this weapon at all. Unique trait, right, it has the knockback on reload. Yeah. Well, let's get an arcane then. For now, we're gonna go with Merciless, but we have to test this. I don't remember how this weapon works. Galvy Chamber for sure. I'm not so sure about Galvanized Scope or Galvanized Aptitude. Maybe for the direct hit damage? Ooh, we could do Big Blast with Primed Cryo rounds. That could work. Because we have the heat and electricity, right? So, yeah, that could totally work. But first, let's go test it. Right. Projectile-based, slow. Right. Okay. It's a good thing we tested it because I'm absolutely not running Galvanized Scope. Now it's time for some elemental shenanigans. What we can do here is run Blast somewhere. I'm gonna have to finagle the polarities around. We run Blast and then add Toxin, which will combine with the electricity into Corrosive, but keep the Toxin on the direct hits, so the direct hits do Toxin and Blast, and the explosion does Blast and Corrosive. I'm still eyeballing those Primed Cryo rounds though. Let's finagle these around a little bit. Next on the menu we have some critically important mods, so let's get those in there. And I think we might go with Fire Rate. This weapon fires very slowly. Yeah, that's even worse with crit delay, my god. Let's try it with Elementalist first. While I'm not sure about this, we might swap aptitudes around as well. So the damage is there. We have damage, right? We absolutely have damage, but it's way too slow. This won't do at all. Yeah, we need Fire Rate. Like, a lot of it as well. This feels dumb, but where else am I gonna put it? Fire Rate. And we're gonna go with Val Acceleration because I want as much Fire Rate as we can get here. Well, let's give it a try. Oh, that feels so much better. Yes. Fantastic. The damage is still not amazing, but it's considerably better than before. What if we do this? Vital and Electricity, which gives us Vital and Radiation on the direct hits? Maybe? Ooh, I think we found something that's ramping up much faster. I think it's because the weapon just does AoE, and Electricity works well with AoE because it's cross-proccing itself on the enemy, so you get a lot of stacks very fast. So it actually ends up being better than Corrosive and Blast, even though the Grineer are weak to Corrosive. Now let's add Harold and switch him over to the armor stripping setup with Corrosive, Heat, and Radiation. I think we have a build, my dudes and dudettes. I think we have a bloody build indeed. The ramp up is not great, especially when Harold is stealing all my bloody kills. Finally, we got a few kills and it's starting to work. Yeah, that's not too bad at all, actually. This is actually quite cool, going for high fire rate so that you can just fire out the magazine, have the explosion, and then it almost instantly recharges because with Merciless, I think we have a 0.3 second reload, which is stupendously fast. It's not amazing, right? The damage could be better. But it's not bad, like you can do Steel Path with this, no problem. You do need to go for direct hits on single target because that's like a big portion of your damage, like half your damage comes from the direct hit. So if you're fighting like an Eximus or a Gunner or a Bombard, you do need to go for direct hits. Ideally headshots, at least for the direct damage, not for the explosions, they don't have any headshot multi. So far, so good. Ramp up should be a lot better versus the Corpus, if Harold doesn't steal my bloody kills again. Yeah, this totally works, like I can see myself using this against the Corpus. This is absolutely fine, I like this. Are there better weapons? Yes, but they are most certainly worse as well. Bloody guardians. How do you fight guardians, by the way? Do you just like wait for the spinny thing to turn around, or do you like run up to them, jam the weapon up their nose and pull the trigger like me? Who do you think it's gonna be? Malise? Malise, my dude. Now wait a clamming second. That's actually good damage. Look at that. We do have Harold, and Harold helps a lot, even with Acolytes, but that is solid single target. I did not expect that at all. Yeah, the Grineer are considerably slower, especially when Harold is pacing around and not priming. Dude, that's totally enough. Like, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that a lot of the weapons that I do don't do great against Acolytes. Some are tremendous. Others not so much. This one is, like, straight down the middle. As the kids would say, it's very mid. I'm gonna pull a Columbo on you and just do one more thing. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna derank Malignant Force, and then get rid of High Voltage. And we're gonna get a relatively good ratio of Viro and Heat on the direct hit, and then a relatively good ratio of Viro and Electricity on the explosion. We do lose some status chance, even with Galvanized Aptitude, which is unfortunate, but we should get a ton of extra single target damage from Condition Overload. Yep, that's the way to do it. Like, not only do we get like 2 damage over time effects, which is great, we also get the armor strip from Heat, so we don't have to rely as much on Harold. This is the way to do it. So, here's the build that we came up with for the Shedu. We have Galvanized Chamber for multi-shot, Critical Delay for crit chance, a Vital Sense for crit damage, Rifle Elementalist for status damage, Galvanized Aptitude for status chance and Condition Overload on direct hits, Rhyme Rounds and Unranked Malignant Force for just the right amount of Viro damage, and then Vile Acceleration for Fire Rate. Oh yeah, and for the Arcane we just have Primary Merciless for the easy damage stacking, a bit of extra reload speed. This weapon is a little bit more difficult to recommend because it is a ball ache to get, but if you like the look of it, yeah, go for it, give it a shot. It's really good if you build it right. It's not the best weapon in the world, but it does more than enough to take you through Steel Path. Now, one thing you may have noticed throughout this video, and I'm really sorry about it, is that the echo on the microphone has been all over the place. And there's a reason for it. The foam things that go on the walls to get rid of the echo to dampen the room haven't arrived yet, so I decided to use AI noise cancellation to get rid of the echo. And it works really well. Sometimes. Sometimes it works really well and I think to myself, oh, maybe I don't need to put up the ugly foam things on the walls, and then it just stops working. And I have no idea why. So my apologies once again, hope it wasn't too distracting. But anyway, that's it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching, as always guys, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Then I would also like to extend a special thank you to all the channel members. Thank you very much guys, I really appreciate your support, it means a lot to me, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.